Okay. God damn, man. I swear to God. Ugh. Alright. Ugh. Alright. Um. Poo poo. Sorry, I had to, like, just now look down. So I am live, yeah? Bro, like, can you hear the fucking game though? Can you hear the music? They're like, da 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 da. Can you hear game? Yes, game and me. Okay, god damn, man. You weren't even here for, like, god, dude, I just can't even, like, describe to you the shit that I just went through. Okay, alright, you know what? It's fine. Fuck all that. Alright. Okay, hello. I don't know who, the trash guy was, but he actually helped me out a lot. I mean, he, like, help me, but, like, he let me know when my shit was not okay. Oh shit, wait. Actually, I don't... Okay, so... Alright, so this game, came out on PC forever ago. Dude, I'm like Ah, fuck. I'm gonna like open a beer now because. Ah, man. Okay. This game came out on PC. You watched the me logging back into the game, right? So you clearly every single time you log back in, like and you reboot it, whether it's on like PS4 or whatever platform, like it doesn't matter. Um, it it knows. Like, did you just hear that? The fuck? Anyway, so like on PC, I was able to go into the game's files and like change things, and like that made it to where I could like like uh get trophies. But the trophies were like I wasn't like just like hacking. I was like that's exactly what the trophy was. You were supposed to do that apparently. But anyway, so it's been like 10 years and like they finally put out this game on like all platforms. So, I don't actually know what I'm doing anymore. Like this is super bizarre. Anyway, you can text me if you want. I have um, like the little like chat right here, but I mean, I really can't see it while I'm playing, so, you know, you can just like text me or something. I don't know. Um, yeah. I'm like very tired now. I feel like it like took a long time to just didn't want to distract me. Distract me from what? Okay. Well, I don't know. I guess you don't. Do you know anything about the game? If you don't, I'm just gonna assume you don't. Okay, so, well, first of all,
Psst! Stanley! Come
uh,
over here! In the vent! I want to show
oh
you
man.
something!
Okay, well, I'm gonna back down here so I can explain it to you. Okay, so, God, is there like a way for me to like save this and go back? Apparently not. Basically, you're just a person that works like somewhere, pressing buttons on a keyboard and like living your life. Like that's it. That's what you do, and you're totally fulfilled by that. But then you like realize one day that like nobody is answering their phone, and like the people that you work with, um, nobody's answering their phone. Like nobody's like like you don't know where the fuck anybody is either. Like so you finally leave your office, and um, so depending on how you play the game, I mean you die and it ends a billion times, but you get to play it differently every single time. So like there are different ways you can play, and there are like I mean a billion different endings for the game. There's Easter eggs. There's weird things that can happen. Like it's just weird. It's a beautiful weird game. Um, so uh, this Ultra Deluxe or whatever version is already showing me that there are other weird things that they've integrated. Which, anyway, okay, begin the game. Hopefully it'll take us to the beginning, but I don't know. Oh yeah, when they came up, yeah, with the choose your, yeah, it's basically like a choose your own ending, but there is no ending.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
But there's a narrator the whole time.
Stanley worked for a company in a
Just
big
listen.
building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
So like
And
that.
then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, so like now you get the backstory, but like this looks incredibly different because like I haven't done anything in the game, but I've logged into it 3 times now. So like normally this is like a huge hallway and you see like your coworkers' desks. It really sucks that I'm not able to give this to you from a raw starting point. I thought that I would be able to, but I don't even know the controls on the PS4. Like this has only ever been on PC, so. And normally whenever you come out of your office, there's like yeah, it's like a long hallway that goes down and like there's like different like cubicles and stuff, like, so I'm not really sure what the fuck is happening right now. Did you hear that? Okay.
Psst,
Oh
Stanley,
yeah, because it's like
come over
turned
here, in the vent. I want to show you something.
So like there's this beautiful man that's like narrating it. His voice is just delectable. But you can choose to follow him or not. I mean I'm going to. I'm just gonna follow everything he says. Oh, that's down, okay. I'm gonna follow everything he says and we're just gonna go with that line of of the game, okay? We're just gonna go with that. And we can just like diverge from that as we play.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better
Bro.
the Stanley Parable used to be.
Fourth
So
wall.
I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
I mean, actually, the fourth wall was broken whenever you watched the intro, right? Yeah? Talking about, like, me setting the time for the game. That was only the second time that I logged into the game since I bought it. Another thing that I really like is, instead of just, like, setting, like, a price that they just wanted to set, they, like, took kind of a poll on, like, what people were willing to pay for it. And then they took, like, the median range price. And then they just set it at that. Um, the same guy made another game that I really, really, really love that I think is still just on PC, but I'd like to play it with you, even though I've already played it. Jesus Christ, what is going on? I'm also like lagging a bit. I don't know why. Yeah, this actually is reminding me of the other game.
I call it the memory zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the memory zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap PlayStation port? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Oh my god, these were actual, trophies that you could get. So don't go like so you don't play the game for 5 years, and then you log back in on the anniversary of that, and then you would get a trophy. Like the trophies were like I said before, I had to like modify a file in the game. I had to like open up the game's file contents and then like modify an actual file, like code it in order to like get a fucking trophy. So like that was an actual trophy. Um, oh, this is too. Oh, this is the one that I got. Yeah, unachievable. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it kind of is. It like it like blew my mind so hard that I ended up just like getting so pissed that I went into the fucking game's files. And then I figured out how to do it. Yeah. The trophies were absolutely just bunkers. Apparently this game made it huge with the Brits. I feel like I wasn't supposed to discover this first. Like, I feel like, or maybe I am. I don't know. Creator surprisingly down to earth. $50% off designer hat. Alright. Well. This is weird as fuck. Holy shit. Et je n'attends plus que toi, mon amour. C'est là, dans la mémoriso, où je me remémore les jours où je t'ai rencontré, mon amour. Mais ici,
and over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now, a lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Yeah. The game is also like super depressing sometimes. Actually like most of the time. The other game that he made is actually like made to do that. Not to make you depressed, but it's made to do a lot of things, but you end up being super fucking depressed. Yeah. This is not the game, though. Like, we're still not even in the game. I don't even know what this is. This is just like because I have the super deluxe or whatever. Nostalgic. It was good. I mean, goddamn. You just text me. What was that song? Oh, I know. I don't know. I can't go back. Um, you can probably Google it. Um, yeah, we can definitely like Google all the songs for this whole game later. Um, I can't go back now. Like I said, things happen and don't happen and whatever, depending on how you play the game, and they do not. You cannot go back. It's not like a save a place. Like even if I like do that, like you saw way earlier, like I can resume the game, I can start the game. I like earlier I chose begin the game again, and it still brought me back to this weird place. Like it didn't start me from the beginning. So yeah, I don't know. I would love to know the name of the song as well. Um, it was a really good fucking song. We can definitely search the. Okay, so I can go downstairs or I can go up. I keep hearing door sounds though. Like I'm gonna go up. I'm lagging a little bit though. I think it's because OBS is working like 3 times as hard. YouTube isn't even supposed to be like a normal route from there. I think I'm streaming to both Twitch and YouTube. So okay, like you see like how those doors closed? Like they're untouchable now. I can't go back the way I came. So that sucks. I really wanted to go downstairs actually, but okay, and that door was like not covered up by boxes a second ago, but now it is. So, you know.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise.
Okay, so now I'm seeing like kind of like this. So Stanley Parable, and then like the other game that he did, I'm kind of seeing like merged together right now. Um, like the other game, I kind of felt like, I mean, I'm not gonna like say that he was talking to himself, but like, because I don't know him, nobody knows him, like nobody knows him, like, but it kind of felt like um he was kind of talking to himself in the other game. And I feel like I'm in the other game right now. God damn. Well, I hope you're reading that too. I hope you're reading that with me. It's nuts. Alright, I guess we don't have time to read all of that. Can I screenshot this here? Since I'm on a PS4? I can. Hell yeah. Cool, I'll read that later. Alright. Oh my god, yeah. Hmm. I don't actually know the controls here, though. There might be a way for me to, like, move these things, but I don't know. I'm, like, mashing buttons and I can't get into there. The serious room. Yeah, I don't know. The fact that this door is still open makes me feel like I
These
can
were
just...
simpler times, Stanley.
Yeah. Okay.
What I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Man, I always get so scared playing this game. I really shouldn't, but I do. Like, why am I in an outside world right now? Like, that's not the game.
Oh no, oh God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games. I haven't looked at these in years.
What the fuck?
I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
What the fuck is this, dude? This is like a whole nother thing. What did they do?
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining.
I can't believe they did this.
Funny?
Oh my
I'm
god.
not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Oh my god. I love this game for so many reasons. This isn't even the game. This is like the game being the game for me as I am now in the game. But before I get to the game, like, I mean, Jesus Christ. Okay. I don't even know where to go. Let's start from this side.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Oh man. Okay.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's
I already
always
knew
been
what was
my
going
motto.
on before
I'd
it
do
even
anything
happened.
for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no. The Stanley Parable. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever... Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes. Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times. And there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here. And more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. I can't control anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it. And I have to believe, I have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much I plead with you, you're going to press the button again. Why would you? I've been thinking and thinking, and I don't know what I can do to convince you otherwise. Oh my God. And it's all because of those reviews. Those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore them.
Yeah, this seems like
Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking, and you saying nothing.
What is that?
Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley. Not the outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in. These words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear me. Because maybe, Stanley, maybe, if you can hear me, then maybe it means I'm real. Maybe I'm not just a fiction. Was I scared of that all along? Perhaps.
Yeah, so this seems like an endgame situation.
I've been scared this whole time. That if I stop speaking, I'll slip backwards into the silence and be consumed.
And then I'll go back to the beginning.
I can't be taken by it, Stanley. I can't lose myself in the stretch of emptiness between you and me. When you press that button, you're still right there. But I knew you're so tremendously far away. And in those moments, the emptiness folds itself outward in between the two of us. And I am suspended in its unyielding quietness. I can feel the edge. Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome.
Oh,
I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo
Can we talk
the
about like
past.
the narrator though?
And when
Like
that feeling
his
had begun
voice
to
is like
subside,
so
what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every
amazing.
moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of them collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust simultaneously. I was consumed by it. I could do nothing but wallow in it for what felt like an eternity, for what I now know was far less. You see, it was a revelation for me. It was unlike anything I had ever known. It was a space without consequence, without action or outcome. It was divorced entirely from the question of free will that you and I have squabbled over for so long. There could be no one ending, no singular outcome of events, not if all events existed in the same moment, and I felt freed. I felt unburdened by the need to manifest a particular outcome into being. I saw that I could allow myself to exist along all timelines, and that each of them was simply a strand in the web of my being. It was incredible. The spaciousness, the equanimity of the moment, both singular and infinite. For the longest time, this was my experience. And then, this moment passed, and the most unyielding fear I have ever known crept into my mind. And it is this sensation that I have been experiencing now for longer than I could have ever expected was possible. I have been waiting for you. Not that you might save me or do something to fix it, but merely to state for you the plain fact of this manner of existence.
Also, no matter what,
I wish you to
this
feel
thing
afraid
has
as
been
I
blinking.
do,
So
that perhaps one day this state of mind will consume you as well. Perhaps you will somehow, in some way, have to live as I do now, and I wish for you to know how excruciating it is, and for you to be in true terror of its eventual arrival.
see, I knew it. It's the only constant. Man, it's so kind of like scary.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability, it's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review.
Man, I don't like this. I don't like this. This is scarier than other times. Fuck. I mean, this is still here. I mean, why? For who? For what? Alright.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the the end, is never
Oh,
the
man.
end, is never the 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 end, is never the
Well,
end, is never the
I wonder how
end,
many
is never the
suicides are
end,
gonna
is never the
happen
end, is never the end, is never the
after the
end, is
release
never
of
the
this game.
end, is never the 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 end, is
I
never
mean,
the
as you can
end, is
see,
never the end, is never the end, is
the
never the end,
the
is never
monologues,
the
like, they
end, is never
don't
the
stop,
end,
so,
is
like,
never the end,
I
is
could
never
probably
the end,
sit
is never the end, is never
on
the end,
every
is never the
level,
end,
I
is
mean,
never
quote
the
unquote
end,
level,
is never the end,
before
is never
pressing the
the
button.
end, is never the
I could
end,
probably
is
sit
never
there and,
the
like,
end, is
listen to
never
it
the end,
forever
is
and
never
ever and
the
ever.
end, is never the
Who knows,
end, is
like,
never the
how
end, is
long
never the end, is never the end, is never
they
the
had that
end, is
guy,
never the end, is never the
like, say
end, is never
things.
the end, is never 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 the end, is never.
Oh man, that was a huge jump. Holy shit. I mean, well, we knew that side was gonna cave in because she was dripping for, what, 200 years? Surprised it lasted that long. Oh man. I am actually scared in real life. In real life, I am scared. Does the button still work? It does. It's the only thing that ever works. Okay. The light is nice. Funny how the door went away, but everything else was disintegrating. Oh, I like this one. I want to stay here. I'd like to stay here. I want to stay here. I'd like to stay here. No, I can't say. The most narcissistic ever you've what I don't really understand like what you're saying. If you're talking about the narrator, yeah, like he's like super narcissistic. Like it's really weird to like, yeah, you get mind bugged for sure. But we'll get there. We'll get there in time. I'd love to stay here, but I can't. Um, I'm just enjoying like squatting. Like you're not like in the you've never been able to squat until now. Like so I'm just like, you know, taking advantage of that. I'm like looking up through the foliage and it's really nice. Alright, I guess I'll go hit the button now. God damn, man. It's just sand. We're just like standing in sand now because everything is like, crumbling. Right. This is the weirdest shit I've ever been through. Like, this game normally doesn't do this. Like, the game normally is like designated to like, you know what? I'm just gonna shut up. You can just like live it with me through me. What the fuck was that? Oh my god. What? Oh no. Oh no. No. It's beautiful, but also like I'm like in real life, my eyeballs are filling with tears. I I cannot. I'm going to push the button. I like to hear it, but I don't want to be a part of it. I want to hear it. I don't want to be a part of it. God damn. What the fuck did they do? Okay. Oh wow, okay. My screen is like tilted as fuck. Are you texting me? Like, hopefully this like lets me do that. Hold on. Oh yeah, no, I mean the narrator is actually like an integral part of the game. Uh, him being the way that he is actually like super important. But you didn't you didn't play the fucking game. You didn't play the fucking game. So um, but um, it's almost like the fourth wall opening up on itself, consuming another fourth wall, and then opening up like a sixth. Like that's what the narrator does, and I love his voice like so much. So, but yes, yeah, you're describing it as narcissistic. Yeah, I mean for sure. Um, but it's like part of the game. Um, he sounds really sure, so you want to follow him, and then he sounds like, you know, like how you're describing him, which means like you don't want to follow him. And no matter what you do in either case, and all the things in between, you will come upon something that is different from all the rest. So I think that's, I don't know. I still have no idea what this is, dude. I mean, god damn. I'm just gonna start moving in this direction. And then moving in this direction. It's becoming a mirage now. Yeah, I knew it was an endpoint, dude. We just milked it. I knew it was an end game. We milked the fuck out of that, though. Yeah. Okay. Alright. So you're with me now? Yeah? Okay, so like this is where you normally start. His office looks a little bit different from the original game, but it's pretty much the same. I mean, whatever. Like, you have your computer here. Can't really do anything about that. Okay, alright, yeah. But you come out of here, and there's apparently this door.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Yeah, here you go.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, so I'm supposed to go to like the meeting room, but
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-worker.
oh shit. I'm actually able to interact with computers now. Okay, never mind. Yeah, this is different now. Holy shit. Can I interact with them? Oh, fuck. I can turn them off now. Holy shit. This one? Wait, what's this say? Awaiting input. Fuck. Oh man. I don't know what to do on PS4. Holy shit. I'm just happy to be here. Oh wait, no, I need to leave it. I know what I'm doing now. Okay, I know what I'm doing now. Oh. Alright, can't open that door. Dude. They put a fucking neon sign in the game to let me know where the new content is. That is so funny. I'll be back. I'll be back.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, this is like the whole thing, so...
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire.
Yeah, so we need into there. I can't remember how to get in, though. I mean, like, there's no, like, actual way to get in to places, like, that is open. So, like, whenever the game first started, like, you're not able to interact with any of the computers at all. But you just saw, like, I was able to turn off a bunch of computers. So, like, yeah, so it's just kind of the game's decision about what you're able to do.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring.
The
It
lounge
had really
looks
been worth the
different now.
detour after all,
This
just to
pad
spend a few moments
used to
here in
not
this
be there.
immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in. Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Damn it, I'm supposed to be like doing whatever he tells me. My bad. Okay, alright, alright. We're gonna do whatever he tells me. Wait, what? Hold on. What? Oh, it let me like open that door. Weird.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Man, there's so much I want to do in here. This is new. This is so new. Okay. Okay. That's so new. What am I supposed to be doing? Okay, go through here, I'm assuming. Yeah.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Who moved my desk? Papers are too synergized. Hire someone to synergize papers. Fire paper guy. Hire someone to fire the paper synergizing guy. Get Chris out of the broom closet. Not efficient. Not efficient. Complete today's unfinished agenda items. Right next day's agenda. Reflect. I love this whole fucking game, dude. Every little detail is so hilarious. Solving interpersonal conflict. What are your dreams for the future? Nature, success, plant life, football, lunch, travel, metamorphosis. Tips for not getting fired. Talk less. Do unbelievably amazing. Dude, all these slides are different too from the first game. Like, that's so good. I'm glad that they really, like, let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive aggressively on other coworkers. Resent coworkers. Everyone is unique. You most of all. This is an old slide, but it used to just be like one person. Number of slides on this slide. Charts. Charts and slides. Rate at which charts on the same slide depict the same information. Rate the increase of graphs per slide. Please, no more charts, I'm begging. The boss appreciation. I'm gonna die, dude. These are even better than the first. Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking cry, dude. If you haven't read them by now, like, I'm sorry. Profits. I want to read this one though. A lot of percent. We need something reviews. Something. Want to get rid of the death sport portion in the primary review schedule, but I think that's a stupid idea. More water coolers. More water cooler heaters. Charts need to be more hip to appeal to teenage demographics. Find teenagers to put in teenage demographic. Big net? Question mark. Some sort of child trap. Throw something in the ideas bin. Damn, I can't really read that. I can't really read that. Okay, alright. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Ugh, everything is just so good. Okay, alright. So sometimes we're able to open this broom closet. Wait, did I open it? Holy shit.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet,
Oh my
but there
God.
was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Did he though? I mean, I'm going to because
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I gotta walk upstairs to my boss's office. No, it's gonna close up. Alright. This is new. This was literally never a place you could go before. Like, this hallway was, like, did not exist. It, like, stopped right there. What? To be rich. Is it a crime? To commit crimes. Isn't it rich? What a life it would be to have to pick just one. This fucking game, bro. Like... Alright. Well, maybe I'll be able to interact with these things later. Like I said, like, that was never there before. Like, it used to cut off, like, right here. And then you just, like, had this desk. There used to be a person sitting there. Guess not now.
Stepping into his manager's
Yeah.
office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this.
Oh,
what
also,
dark
like-
secret
like-
was being held from
like,
him?
take-
What he
take-
could not
take
have
a peek
known
at these,
was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known that.
It's like weird, bizarre pictures. Like,
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing.
this
He
has never
stepped into
gone
the
dark
newly
before.
opened passageway.
Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, but, like, okay, alright. Never mind. I'll just go through. That's fine. Usually you should be able to just, like, hold the door. Man. Man. I wish you were here with me in real life. I don't want to. Wait, actually. That should have been. Everything allowable, right? Oh, do I need to press that? Probably. Press that? Okay, yep. Yep.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
I know you have to go. Will you stay here until this this line is dead?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Alright, you see where it's like it says escape? That actually holds like 4 different ways to end the game, but we're just gonna go this way because it's quick and, you know, you'll get to see like the main thing, I guess. Alright, so we're here now, yeah? And oh my god, this chair. Alright, so, oh wait, can we not turn this on? What's the problem? Okay, what's the fucking problem?
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Did he have the strength to find out? Alright, here we go. I'm just trying to show you like the very like end game. If you do nothing and you're just like a fucking like vanilla, like here you go.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Alrighty, guess we'll just like carry on through here.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Yes and no.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
So, like, this
and as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Doesn't do anything. Nothing does anything. Eventually, like, the whole place will implode. Actually, I guess, like, depending on what you press. And also, I don't really know how things go for, you know, considering this is, like, a new game. But you see, you can press things. But they don't really do anything, so... Or they haven't in the past, so I mean, like, let's roll on into the facility power. Mind controls idle, awaiting input. Yeah, normally I hit
and when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place, and to everything it stood
Like,
for.
I should just keep doing the same thing that I've always done, but what happens if I turn it on? You know? We're gonna find out.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Man.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself.
My
Is
God,
that what you
it's
wanted?
so dark.
Control?
Oh, shit. Oh,
Stanley,
no.
I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's
like,
only
out?
so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How
Are
long
you
until
fucking
detonation?
kidding me, dude? Alright.
Say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Okay. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it.
Why is it
Mere
lagging
moments
like that?
until the bomb goes off.
Oh my
but
God.
what precious moments each one of them is.
What is this?
More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going.
Oh man, I'm just gonna die anyway.
Where to start?
Pretty sure.
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go.
What?
I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle.
Alright, well, I love you, Matthew. If you're still watching.
No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not sure, but in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you. You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra-deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra-deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever The Stanley Parable 2.